let's hit this. Let's see if the other two platforms go live or not. Hopefully they do. Anyways. Man, we're back again. It is Wednesday, my dudes and dudettes. We have a little surprise for today. I've done a little bit of homework whilst I was taking some time off from streaming yesterday. So I found out about the spot and found out about how you can get 6 shinies, or not, well, yeah, 6 alphas to spawn in the middle of Area 20. Yo, Satta by the Cloud, how we doing, buddy? So, yeah, I heard about the thing. I hope you've been doing good, by the way. I heard about the whole new way of hunting for Shalfers in Zaza, and it seems like the way to go is by just trying to go over and over in this one spot. Oh, new way. Yeah, boy. So this just kind of became like the new hot topic of, I guess, shiny hunting in this game. Because this is a fairly new method. Basically, it requires you to get to the post game. You need to get all the way through the story. And you also have to catch, I think, all of the legendaries that you can get. So there's 3 of them. And you've got to get all 3. The last one is Zygarde, obviously. But you need to catch Zygarde, basically, which is where we are now. It shows up here at the end of the game. Oh, I caught them all, alright. I caught them all, alright. But now that this area is clear, we can basically do what we need to do. So I basically got the method down pat. I kind of screwed it up a little bit in the beginning because I was only getting 5 Pokemon to spawn here initially. But I somehow, through some miracle, managed to get them all over to where I needed to get them, which is basically like you got to get them to the gateway outside. You basically got to lead them all over to the exit, and then as soon as you get out, you need to like drop a hard save, and then turn the game off, turn the game back on, come back in, and they'll all be like still spawning in that area. So you've got to like basically get them to you've got to like trick the game into thinking that their new spawn points are there. Shut up. I was looking for something. Is it limited Pokemon that spawn in or random? I think it is limited to a certain degree. I'm not sure how many, but there's quite a bunch of different Pokemon who like to spawn in this area. And yeah, basically, every time you get a spawn, like you'll get 3 random spawns, or 6 random spawns, I should say. You can get pretty much most of the evolved forms, and like some of the Pokemon that don't evolve at all. You can get pretty much most of their alphas here. So in terms of like, you know, like you can get Dragonite here, you can get Garchomp here, you can get Drampa here. So we're going to probably continue hunting for Drampa here. You can get Tyranitar here, Frostlass, Phalanx, Goodra, Heracross. There's a Furfur over there. So like there's heaps of different Pokemon that show up here. And I think it's basically like anything that you can find out there in a wild area pretty much will come here as its final evolved form and alpha. The only things that I haven't seen show up at all is like Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise, or any of the Kalos starters' final evolved forms. Damn, that's sweet. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like once I finally got all 6 of the spawns to be where I needed them to be, Like, oh, the feeling of accomplishment and relief was massive. Like, I was very pleased with myself. Put it that way. But yeah, the best thing about this is we can literally just keep sitting at this bench and going from day to night, and whatever shows up shiny will just stay there. So we're good. Like, this is gonna be probably where we find a majority of like the best Shalfers we can find. So yeah, I guess we see how long is it gonna take until we get an actual Shalfer to show up. That is the question here. Because I want to actually try and push to get all 6 Pokemon showing up as shiny alphas. Shalfers. So yeah, there's the mission for today. Low key still hunting for shiny Drampa, that's what's in the title, but I have kind of decided to take the timer down for the time being, just because anything could show up for a shiny right now. We got a lot of different options, so I think at this point it's just whatever's gonna show up first. Whatever decides to come along first. But hey, you know, we'll see how we go. If we get bored of doing this, we can always swap over to doing some battles and just changing up the gameplay for a bit. Then we come back and we do a bit more. I started doing some of the side questy kind of missions. I haven't done hardly any of them. I've done a few, but I haven't done a majority of them. There's still heaps of them out there. But I would like to try to make my way through some of that eventually. So we got our work cut out for us. Plenty things to keep us busy. I was very close to actually buying the $45 DLC for this game last night, but I'm just gonna wait until it actually gets shown off properly, like, so we get to see what is actually in the DLC. Because yeah, I'm not paying $45 now for 2 outfits. I think that's a bit rich. I will wait until the game, well, until the DLC has been properly unveiled and we get to see what we get to look forward to next. The leaks for the DLC had lots of legendaries. Never know if it's legit, but I haven't seen the leaks. I heard something about it and I saw like a screenshot somebody posted. I don't know if it was real or not, but it was showing some kind of Mewtwo Mega Evolve form. It looked like Mega Mewtwo X, but it also did not. So I don't know if it was like a new Mega Mewtwo or what, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll find out in the coming months, because it's not very far off. Had Genesect and Darkrai on the one I saw. Ooh. Both Pokemon I would very much like to see show up in this game. Like, I think that is basically what is going to be the draw card for this game once the DLC comes out, because if they allow you to shiny hunt legendaries, like in Sword and Shield, that's massive. I agree. Yeah, dude, like that would be huge. Flippin' huge. I couldn't think of a more enticing thing to get more people to come and play this game, is if they're like, okay, cool, you can go and hunt for legendary Pokemon, and there's a possibility of them showing up as shiny. If they said that, and if that was the case, my god. Like, yeah, that's literally all I would need to hear in order to guarantee the purchase. But yeah, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the online store last night, and I'm like, do I pay $45 now without having a single idea about what we're really getting? Or do I just wait until the day comes? I finally got my new card in the mail. That frickin' took more time than I was thinking it was going to, but it's here. We got our card. $45 is so steep. Yeah, dude. It's annoying because it's basically half price of the game. So you're basically paying for half of a new game, more or less. This is something that if we were still in, like, you know, the Game Boy era or prior to DLC being a thing in video games, I think they would have just made a second game. You know what I mean? Like, oh hell yeah, don't go buying stuff on dodgy sites. Yes, none of that. I only paid $85 for my Switch 2 copy. Yeah, me too. Me too. I got mine from Big W the day it came out. Because everywhere else was like $89.95, was probably like the cheapest compared to Big W. So yeah, I got up early and went to Big W that day and I bought it for $85 instead of freaking however much EB Games freaking wants for it. Probably $100. EB wants it $110. Get fucked. Get absolutely wrecked, bro. That is why EB Games is predominantly just gonna axe itself in the next few years, I think. I think the era of EB Games having some kind of foothold in the industry here, it's over. It's gone. People don't go to EB Games anymore. I price matched with JB from Target and they gave me a heap of pre-order stuff. That's sick. That is actually heaps cool. See, I didn't get any pre-order stuff, so I wish I did. But then again, like, I didn't see anything that really, like, grabbed me when I saw some of the pre-order stuff come out. Some notebook and pin set and some random ass codes for my girlfriend. I mean, that's something. I think a pin set is still, like, decent in terms of a gift or some kind of, like, pre-order bonus. But, like, yeah, some of the things that they've given out before are pretty meh. Nothing spectacular. I think it's one of the coolest things that I saw for when Legends Arceus came out. We didn't get it over here. I literally had to buy this thing online from, like, eBay. And it was like a replica of the Hisuian Pokeballs, like the wooden looking Pokeballs. And I got... It's basically like a game cartridge holder, so you can put Switch games inside of it. But, like, I got that. I bought that from eBay because it was not available here. I got the card with the game. Ooh. Like a Pokemon card? Like an actual trading card? Oh, you got the Arceus TCG card. That's mad. That is sick. I did not get something like that. That's pretty sick. Yeah, man. Like, they had some really good gifts or pre-order bonuses, whatever you want to call them, when Legends Arceus came out. And I feel like this time around, they just kind of missed the mark a bit. I think the best thing that they were giving out that I heard about was like a plushie, where you could get like a plushie of one of the starters, Totodile, Chikorita, or Tepig. But in the same breath, I look at that and I'm like, yeah. Yeah, a UK exclusive that was. So that's what they got this time around instead of the Pokeball. Oh, well. It would have been interesting if they had come up with something a little bit more, I don't know, just something cooler than what they were doing. But it is what it is. The pre-order is over. It's done. It's dusted. Next Pokemon game, please. I wonder if we're going to get another game... like another, you know, either spin-off game or something like that before Gen 10 comes out. Like, are we gonna get... I'm not saying we're gonna get another Legends game because I think that's ridiculous. We're still getting through Arceus now. Zaza. Can you tell I'm a little tired? Yeah, not sure. Like, I don't know. They might make... like, I've heard rumors of another Let's Go game, but I think that's a little bit of a stretch these days, just because of how long it's been since the last one, and I don't really see a need. I don't really think it's as relevant now, because when Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out, people were still kind of playing Pokemon Go. Like, it had fallen off a lot, but it had a lot of Pokemon Go stuff in it. Like, the way you catch Pokemon was basically the same as Pokemon Go, so I feel like it was basically aimed at a very casual Pokemon audience. But, I don't know. I don't know. Bro, I've had 2 hours sleep. I'm on the same wavelength. Yeah. Sometimes you just be like mid-conversation, mid-talking about something, and as you're talking, your brain just farts on you and you just don't know what you were even gonna say. I hate those moments. I'm really hoping that the Drampa decides to show up first. I really think that's a very, very, like, off calculation. But it'd be really nice if it showed up first. I saw you watch that and realized, and you, yeah, dude. I definitely haven't seen, like, the full movies or any of the full series, but I remember seeing that at some point in my youth. Either somebody had it on when I went to someone's house or something, but I've seen those characters before. So that was pretty funny. I didn't realize it was that racy as well. It's pretty good. I'll have to give it a full watch when I get a chance. Ooh, 2 Drampa showed up. That's rare. Very uncommon that you see Drampa show up here. Maybe it showed up because it's the morning. I don't know. But then again, we're always showing up in the morning every time we reload the spawn, so I guess that doesn't make any difference. Yeah, it's a cult classic. Little, like, peep show and Boosh. Yeah, it's like definitely not the same sort of thing as Boosh, but it's got that like cult classic energy. Like if you loved it back then, it's like one of those things that will stay with you forever. It's not anything really quite like it. You don't really get too much like that these days, unfortunately. And I think it's quite funny how a majority of the time we end up watching things from back in the past more so than newer stuff. At least that's with me anyway. Unique feel. Yeah, you don't get stuff like that as often these days at all. Most of the time everything is a pretty like recycled idea. It's been done before, or it's a sequel to something else, or you know. There's not very much originality these days when it comes to films or just shows. I don't know. It's probably why I just watch the same stuff all over all the time. Stick to my Simpsons and Futurama, South Park. I used to like Family Guy, but kind of meh these days on it. I know that's not a shiny, but I felt like I wanted to check it anyway. Look at this angry mob chasing after me. Even the baby Kangaskhan's eyes are red. What did the why is the baby angry? Family Guy fell off. Yeah, I feel that way, man. Like, it's kind of weird because they went really liberal after being so anti-PC for ages. And then they kind of pivoted and tried to go back to being really like anti-PC. And I don't know, like personally, like I just didn't care anymore at this point, so I just didn't pay much attention to it. Because I saw some stuff that was coming out of like more recent episodes of Family Guy, and it just kind of seemed like it was cringe for the sake of being cringe, you know? I don't know. Didn't make me want to watch anymore, put it that way. I think new Simpsons episodes kind of have the same vibe. A lot of people that I know that used to love The Simpsons don't care for it anymore because it's just not for them anymore. I don't know. I'm a bit in two minds. Like, I feel like if you watch recent episodes, and I'm talking like the last 2 to 3 years recent from The Simpsons, they're pretty funny. There's a lot of like jokes in there that I feel like are relevant in, I don't know, just this current generation and like all the stuff that's going on. Yeah, I haven't watched The Simpsons in like 10 years, only South Park really. Yeah, I was pretty much in the same boat as you for a while. Like, I just didn't really watch Simpsons or anything. I used to just watch old reruns of Simpsons, and for the most part, like, that's pretty much what I still do. I like watching old episodes of The Simpsons, but I think when I was a kid, like, I fell off The Simpsons and watching it regularly, probably in like 2008 or 9. Like, I wasn't at home as often. I wasn't really interested in TV anymore. I was too busy doing music stuff and all that sort of shit. So I don't know, I wasn't watching new episodes of The Simpsons as they were coming out. And eventually it just went over to like streaming services and stopped being on regular TV. So, you know, once it hit that point, I wasn't really paying attention to anything that they were doing until probably in the last 2 years. Because I got Disney Plus at some point. And I was like, cool, now I can just put all the old episodes of The Simpsons on whenever I want. And I got to a point where I started seeing newer episodes, like stuff that I hadn't seen yet. And there was like years and years worth of content of stuff that I hadn't seen yet. So probably from like, you know, 2009 era of The Simpsons till now. Like a lot of that stuff, even now, like I might have seen some of it, but I haven't watched all of it. And I haven't paid attention to all of it. But a lot of the stuff from like the early 2010s kind of thing, it really did seem like they had dropped off a little bit. They had stopped making humor that felt relevant. It just sort of seemed like a little bit of a missed shot, if that makes any sense. But like, yeah, like as you pour through it, you get through a lot of like the, I don't know, the whole liberal ideology that they had going on for a lot of it, and you get to where it is now. And I think now it's really like, it's become very self-aware. It's become very like, it knows that it's a TV show. It knows it's like they break the fourth wall heaps these days. One whole episode was kind of done as like it was like a joke. And people were told that it was going to be like the last episode of The Simpsons ever. It was like full on put forth as this big finale. And they got a whole bunch of like old celebrities that had been on The Simpsons at some point before, or some of them that had never been on The Simpsons at all. And it was crazy. Like the whole episode is based on like what an AI would interpret as the best way to end a Simpsons show, or end the series for The Simpsons as a conclusion. And it ends up just saving itself. It literally ends up saving itself from stopping at the end of the episode. Like the whole point of it is like, even The Simpsons can't die, more or less. And then they kept making more episodes. And yeah, like they've done a few things in recent Simpsons episodes that weren't that bad to watch. Like it wasn't, damn, that's kind of cool. Yeah, like, I don't know, like a lot of people who I hear say anything about The Simpsons these days, they'll just jump straight to the, oh yeah, it sucks now. And I get that, because the last thing that they probably saw probably did suck. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of interesting stuff on some of the newer episodes. More recent episodes, I should say. But anyway, gosh, that looks weird. Just that whole visual just there that we just saw of the sun coming up, that did not look right. That looked like a Nintendo 64 texture. And I think I've seen better textures on Nintendo 64 games. What on earth is Pokemon Company doing and Game Freak doing? I really hope when Gen 10 rolls around, we get something jaw-dropping. Like, I really want them to just show us that they still give a shit. Because it feels like they've just dropped off. Like, there's still some love being poured into these games. There is still some cool stuff in these games, but as a Pokemon fan, and I'm sure there's many, many people out there who have the same sort of view on what's going on with the Pokemon franchise these days, they got to step shit up, because this be looking like a PS2 game. PS3 at best, because of the resolution and the frame rate. PS2 games very commonly ran at 30 FPS. But if you're playing in this on the fucking Switch 1, God help you, you know? Like, yeah, so lazy. Yeah, dude, like, I feel bad for people who aren't buying a Switch 2 right now and are just being forced to play this game on the Switch 1 at a lower frame rate and having to just put up with it, because it's just like, that's how they're going to sell the game. That's how they're going to sell it to the new console. I mean, fuck, that's why I bought a Switch 2, so I could play games at a higher frame rate instead of having to stick with 30 FPS all the time. But you know, when you get like a new game come out for this console, the Switch 2, and it's 30 FPS, it's like, I don't even want it. As bad as that might sound, like I bought Little Nightmares 3 a couple of weeks ago, and I had the choice of buying it for the Switch 2 or getting a PS5 copy. I got a PS5 copy because it just looks better. It doesn't actually run at 60 FPS on the Switch 2 or the PlayStation 5, surprisingly. I think that's something that might be patched for the PS5 version, but as far as I'm aware, the Switch 2 version of Little Nightmares 3 runs at 30 FPS, and the resolution, unfortunately, is not very good. It gets really grainy in some areas and some parts of the game. And I played the demo for a while on the Switch 2 for Little Nightmares 3. And yeah, I would wholeheartedly suggest, if you're thinking of buying Little Nightmares 3 and you have access to, you know, a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox, just get it on one of those platforms, because it'll run better, it'll look better. I used to be one of those people that would always just be like, yeah, buy it for Nintendo, because Nintendo's better. But gone are the days of me being a Nintendo shill, you know, like, as much as I love their games and I love their consoles and all that sort of thing, you gotta call out incompetence where you see it. You can't just let this sort of shit slide, because that's where they get you. They just don't see a need to improve, and that's why we've had Sword and Shield come out, Legends Arceus come out, Scarlet and Violet come out. So basically 2 whole generations of Pokemon games, and that's not even including Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. But I thought those games ran pretty well. But let's keep it from like Sword and Shield to Scarlet and Violet, and we'll throw this in. We'll throw this game in now, because that still basically fits into the same category. These games are AAA games. Like, yeah, they can't expect to have a massively downgraded port from other games fetch full AAA price. Exactly what I mean. Like, these games, yes, they are from Pokemon. They are basically the largest media franchise in the world. They are bigger than Disney. They make more money than any other company or brand on Earth, which is ridiculous to say. Yet, the video games, which, as far as I'm concerned, are the driving force of the entire franchise, because if they didn't have the video games, then they wouldn't be able to continue the franchise. Simple as that. They need the games to push each new generation, so they can push a whole batch of new monsters, new legendaries, a new region, all that stuff. And to further everything else. That's what drives the card game. That's what drives the anime. That's what drives the merchandise industry for this franchise, is the video games. But are they going to do anything about it? From the track record that we've seen, it's becoming more and more and more unlikely. And that's why so many people are like pissed off with Pokemon and pissed off with this franchise in general, because they're like, you can't expect them to change. You can't expect them to do something different if they're making so much money, and even more money than they ever used to. And they're putting in like half the effort, not even. I don't know. Listen to me having a big old rant tonight. I think it's just stuff that needs to be said, though. we've kind of just accepted the video game industry for how it is now, and I don't like it because we're heading further and further into that all digital future where you're not going to buy games at the store anymore physically. You're just going to buy them online. You're just going to download them. You're not going to have ownership. You're just going to be given a downloadable digital copy that you technically can just have shut off on you at any time. Did you see when the Nintendo leak came out, there was a document detailing why the old game director was demoted/fired? No, I did not. Do tell. That sounds pretty juicy, actually. It sounds to me like there's been some kind of hostile takeover in Nintendo over the last, I guess, since the Switch came out. Because when the original Switch came out, they had another guy. But I think he was never meant to be like their president permanently. I think he was demoted or put back into another position or whatever. And that was like that was intended to happen. But I don't know, like, even when they brought in that guy, that Doug Bowser guy, who is already leaving, he hasn't stayed around for long. They've got someone else in the pipeline already, like, planned to take over his position when he leaves. So it seems to me like there is definitely some weird internal things going on inside Game Freak, or not Game Freak, inside Nintendo in general. Like the Nintendo era of, you know, Reggie Fils-Aimé and all that sort of stuff, that's all over. And long gone are the days of Howard Lincoln and his involvement with Yamauchi and all that sort of stuff. Like, they're all gone. That era is gone. It's over. It ain't never coming back. All that is now is just the legacy that was left behind. I forget his name, but he was the lead on most of the mid-generation games, and apparently he wouldn't let anyone else have input and kept a tight ship, and they basically went over him and booted him out. Interesting. Maybe that's a good thing? Sounds very similar to Shigeru Miyamoto, because I've heard a lot of things about Shigeru Miyamoto basically hindering certain games from becoming what they should have been. Or, like, for example, when Twilight Princess was a thing, the people who developed Twilight Princess wanted to make a sequel to that game, and they started working on something, and then that got turned into Link's crossbow training. I don't know, the old games were better though. Yeah. I was talking about this the other day, actually, like how, you know, when the GameCube era was a thing, yeah? Like that whole era of games for Nintendo was revolutionary. Like, they were making games that had not really been done before, even by their own, you know, franchises, like doing stuff that was different. They gave Mario, like I said about Mario Sunshine, they gave Mario Flood. They gave him a freaking water shooting pack. They gave Luigi a freaking vacuum cleaner and let him go loose in a mansion and just explore a mansion. They made Pokemon feel completely brand new. Twice. Colosseum, I brought these out. I was talking about this the other day when we were talking. Pokemon Colosseum and Gale of Darkness, hands down. Probably, in my opinion, Gale of Darkness is my favorite. Colosseum is a close second. Like, hands down, like, they created something with those games that you will never, ever get again. Because they were doing things that were, like, different and new. And they were trying to get people interested in playing Nintendo games again. Because they weren't doing well financially. They were trying new things. And then, you know, they got to the era of the Wii. The Wii came out. The Wii was the most successful console of its generation. despite being severely underpowered and basically being two GameCubes glued together. And it was all because they stopped focusing on what was good. They put all their time and marketing and focus into casual games. You know, Wii Sports and everything that came after Wii Sports, all those kind of weird casual games that, you know, that's why Wiis were so common in like nursing homes in the early 2000s. Because old people were buying Wiis left, right, and center because it was a reason for them to get active. And then Nintendo was like, oh, let's try and keep this momentum going. And they made the Wii U. And the Wii U was just not what it was supposed to be. The Wii U was a flop. And now you've got people praising the Wii U, giving it the highest praises of all, because it was so different and so diverse and blah, blah, blah. Like, there was so many cool things you could do with it and blah, blah, blah. Too late. Like, geez, I wish people like that were around when I first bought my Wii U back in 2012. I freaking loved my Wii U. I played the shit out of that thing. That was the first thing I ever had Netflix on. I bought I signed up to Netflix because of my Wii U. That is literally why I ended up having Netflix. And now, you know, like, we've got the Switch too. My dad would laugh at me saying I'm playing with my Wii. Dad, classic joke. It's such a weird name for a console, isn't it? Ever since I first heard about it, the original name was so much cooler. I thought it was going to be called the Nintendo Revolution because that's what they unveiled it as. And it just looked so much better as like that. But then they came along and were like, is Wii now? I remember being so confused when I first saw Wii. Like when they first called it Wii. I was like, why? Wii? Why? It's Nintendo, why? I just didn't really gravitate with it. The whole remote control thing, the Wii remote, I never really thought they were that great. Even when I first played Twilight Princess, I bought Twilight Princess for the GameCube, but I had played it on the Wii, and I much prefer playing it on the GameCube. Hey, like, it doesn't feel right to me playing Twilight Princess on the Wii, because one, everything's inverted, everything's backwards, and two, you need to use your arm and flail your arm around to frickin' swing your sword. First time I played my Wii, smashed the remote right into the TV. Luckily, was no breakage. Gosh, TVs were made of tougher stuff back then, I swear. You throw a Wiimote at a TV these days and see you later, the whole TV's dead. I think that generation, luckily it was still using composite cables instead of HDMI. Because just imagine if we were dealing with, you know, OLED TV screens and all that sort of shit back then. Oh, I suppose they did have them back then, but they were just a lot more expensive. They were for the rich folks. If you had like an OLED TV back in those days, you probably had like money to burn. Not me though. Stuck with my old CRT TV. I wish I still had it, I'm not gonna lie. Can't believe that I used to have... I had I had 3 CRT TVs in my childhood, and all of them are gone now. But to be fair, all of them did basically bust on me. They stopped working. So not gonna help me having them now, but meh. Gotta buy like a Sony Trinitron or something. The best of the best. Just want to get like a little gaming station put a Trinitron in there, and just put like a 64, a GameCube, a PS2, an Xbox, and a Dreamcast, and that would be sick. Maybe put a Mega Drive and a Super Nintendo on the sides. But that's basically what I want to have set up. That would be sweet. I had a Shrek TV when I was like 10. Oofed. I wonder if that's a collector's item now. I can imagine a Shrek TV being something that you would find on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or something for a ridiculous price. Probably is, yeah. I bet if you went and looked for it, it'd probably be hundreds of dollars. Something along those lines. Bruh. I just had to double check something on my phone. I may need to dip out at some point. I'm not sure if I will definitely have to dip out, but there is a possibility that I may have to dip out. But if that is the case, we'll basically just pause, and I'll start my stream again when I get back, because it shouldn't be very long. But fingers crossed, we don't have to dip, and we can just keep going. Still no Shinny though. Still no Shinnies. I wonder if we're gonna get another graphical artist come along this evening to peddle their wares. I can't believe how funny last time was. That would be hilarious. I didn't change my band words again, but I think, sorry, I've been talking much, just ordering some pizza. No, you're all G. Don't stress. Do your thing. I'm just here. But yeah, fuck. I'm actually hoping somebody comes along tonight to do that. It'll be pretty funny. Man, I hate when my water is like just ice in here and there's nothing melting inside. I'm parched. I need sustenance. I need water. It'd be pretty crazy if we got all... I think there's more than 6. I can't even remember now. I think there's 7. But if we got all the evolutions to show up here shiny, that'd be hilarious. Come to think of it, there are 2 evolutions I have not seen here at all. I haven't seen a shiny, I haven't seen an alpha Umbreon, and I haven't seen an alpha Espeon show up here at all. I've seen Leafeon, Glaceon, Sylveon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon. They all show up, just not Umbreon and Espeon. That would be sweet. I don't think they're going to show up here, to be honest. I think Umbreon and Espeon are probably locked somewhere else. Ordered a chorizo and onion pizza with some garlic butter tenders on the side. That sounds tremendous. Get me some of that. I am yet to have anything to eat. I've basically been fasting all day again. Oh, wait, no, I lie. I had like a handful of Pringles, basically, because there was just a small amount of Pringles left in the Pringle tin. That's all I've eaten today, though. Going hard. Yeah, I've been fasting too, but kind of ruining it with the pizza. Oh well, you gotta eat something. You gotta eat something. I'm gonna eat something later. But now that I finally got my card, I can finally like go and buy food and stuff again. I went to the supermarket this afternoon, so I stocked up on all the pet foods that I need. When I say pet foods, I typically only really buy like cat food stuff for my cats. I don't really buy dog food. I buy like raw meat and vegetables, and that's what I feed to my dogs. But my cats are very picky. They don't like anything that's like good for them, so they'll just stick to the packet food. Did you end up having Thai yesterday? No, I didn't actually. I was going to, and then I got stuck playing games with my buddies because we hadn't played games in a while, so I was like, fuck it. We'll play some Age of Empires, we'll play some Rocket League, talk some shit, catch up, all that sort of thing. My cat only eats dry food, so I buy her the more expensive kind. What's the most expensive cat food that there is? Because I'm trying to think right now. Is it like Royal Canin or like the Hills? I see those brands have like quite a hefty price tag on them. My cats, if they only got dry food, they'd be very annoyed with me, I think. I should probably buy them more dry food, but I find that when I buy them dry food, they actually get hairballs more, even if I buy the hairball specific one that's supposed to help with hairballs. Royal Canin, or sometimes another one, she goes off the same one if I give it to her for too many months. Yeah. Same thing with my kitties, they get sick of eating the same thing. Well, my boy cat, he's fine. He eats everything and everyone else's food as well. He doesn't give a shit. He will come and sit with me while I'm eating and literally swipe food out of my hands. He's a little shit. But yeah, my girl cat, she's fussy. Little mousy cat, my little ragdoll. She's been good lately. She's been sticking to the same food, but usually what I do is I go from like your typical like meat in their food, so like beef, chicken, lamb, and then I switch it. When she gets bored of that, I switch it to like seafood, so she goes to like tuna and salmon and all that sort of thing, which she seems like she's pretty happy with that rotation lately. So, you know, fingers crossed she doesn't start turning up her nose to her dinner anytime soon. She's been pretty good lately. My girl is very food orientated, but wouldn't steal from me. She knows I will cuddle her as a punishment. Yeah. Some kitties, they don't mind being given a cuddle or two, but most kitties, in my experience, as soon as you try to give them a cuddle or try to give them any love against their will, they either retaliate or they just run. They don't even give you the chance. I'd say my boy cat is a little less affectionate than Miso. Like he's pretty good most of the time, but it's more so like on his terms. If he wants to be loving and affectionate towards you, he will, but he doesn't really like being held as much. I hold her like a baby and she just cries at me. That's pretty much what happens with Miso when I pick up the ragdoll cat. She'll cop it. She'll just flop and I'll pick her up and she doesn't really do anything about it, but she whinge. She'll be there, me, Me. I'm just like, I don't like this part. Yeah, same with my cat. Affection on her terms only. Yeah. Yeah, kitties are definitely very selective when it comes to who they allow to even just pick them up and stuff like that. It's pretty funny when, like, I've had people over before and they see the cats and they're like, oh, they're so, like, friendly. They like to come up and like, be around you and stuff. I guess people are kind of used to cats just running away from them. I feel like a POS for ordering pizza. I could go for a pizza right now. You're making me think of pizza. I could totally order pizza right now. Not gonna lie. Cheeky delivery. I mean, it's definitely something I could do. It's only about to hit 9 o'clock as well. So it's still plenty of time. What's your go-to pizza? I've been really digging this, like, creamy chicken mushroom pizza that they do at Domino's lately. The last couple of times I've gotten pizza from Domino's, I've gotten that. But I'm a sucker for, like, even just a cheese pizza, man. Anything that's got, like, meat and cheese is pretty good with me. That sounds good. I'd probably shit myself if I ate that. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't agree with the stomach, eh? I find these days I have to be pretty selective with what I put in my body. As much as I love cheese, it's definitely not something that my body agrees with either, so I feel you. I feel you, bros. But nah, like, even though I'm a little bit less food, like, I used to go and eat out pretty much twice, 3 times a week, and now I'm trying to just eat at home every day. Crazy we don't have a shiny yet. I know, right? Like, not even one. It'd be really funny if when we finally do start cracking some shinies, like, they pop up more than one at a time. Imagine we get 2 at once. The fun part is going to be trying to catch it when it finally shows up. Gonna have to basically lure it away from the rest of the clan. Or we're gonna have to, like, take out Pokemon one by one. It's gonna be interesting either way. Oh man. See, like, this is something that I would consider getting the turbo controller for. Yeah, trying to catch it with 20 alphas running you down. Yeah, I like, when I was trying to get the spawn to work properly, because you're only supposed to get 2 alphas showing up here normally. Basically, like, the method that you have to follow is you've got to get the first two away from the center, and then, like, get them as far away from the center, as close to the gate as you possibly can. Then, like, run out, save your game, and try to get them even closer to the actual exit, to the actual gate. And then once they're basically up at the gate, you need to run just under 60 meters away. So basically 59 meters away in the southern direction or whatever. And once you're at that length away, you save the game, you close the game, reopen. Once you're back in, you run back. Yeah, it sounds complicated. Yeah, dude. It sounds complicated, but once you basically get that method down pat, like, that is pretty much the essence of it. You just have to keep doing that. And once you've run back to this area where they show up, there will be 2 new Pokemon, 2 new alphas that'll show up in the middle area, as well as the 2 that you managed to get to the gate. So you've basically duped the alpha spawn. So you've managed to get it to spawn extra, because the game thinks that there's nothing there. So it gives you something. And then you do the same thing again. You basically drag the 2 that spawned, the 2 new ones, over to where you got the first 2. And you got to get them back to the gate. And you do that again. You go through the whole process that you went through for the first time again. Then you're supposed to basically do that again one more time and get the next 2. And that's pretty much it. Once you've got all 6 of them to the gate, you save the game, you close the game, you open the game back up, and once you're back in the game, you go into the area that all 6 of the alphas should still be in front of you, and then you basically just let them take you out. You let them knock you out, and you will spawn back to So this is the one step I forgot, and this is actually one of the most important steps in the whole thing. Before you do any of this, you need to warp to that Pokemon Center there. So you need to warp to this Pokemon Center, and then you begin the process. Because when they knock you out, when all 6 of them finally knock you out, it'll send you to that Pokemon Center. And then as soon as you run back over to this Area 20, where the middle of the thing is, you will have 6 Pokemon showing up as alphas, not just 2. So it literally took me a while to get this set up, because not only was it just difficult to get them to chase you and to actually follow you all the way to where you wanted them to follow you, but I was stuck with only getting 5 spawns to show up, and I kind of almost gave up. I was like, oh man, maybe this is just the best we can do, just 5 instead of 6, because I didn't think there was any possibility that I could get all 5 of them to follow me to the gate to where I needed them to show up. But somehow we managed to do it. Somehow. And yeah, that's how we got to where we are now. It was definitely a very convoluted process, but there's a few YouTube videos that a couple of people have made about this method and how to set it up, basically. So it's not too complicated. Like, it can be replicated fairly easily. It's just a matter of patience, and also, I guess, a test of like how well you can dodge. Because that's pretty much the main draw, is you got to be able to avoid getting taken out. Like, if you get killed, if your Pokemon, if you get taken out by the Pokemon, by any of the alphas, that's it. Like, you've failed. You need to do it again. I don't think this is streaming to my TikTok somehow, because it doesn't say that I'm live. No, I don't know why that is, because it should be set up for me to stream on TikTok at this point in time, but for some reason it is not. Damn, bro, I'm surprised you're not getting YouTube Shorts, chatters. I changed the thingy. It's not in Shorts anymore. I set it up so it's actually full screen, and it shows basically like how it is on here on Twitch. But yeah, I'm surprised no one's popping off in the chat in there right now. Oh well. I'm using my YouTube channel that I used to put reaction videos and stuff out on, so people who are subscribed to my channel on there would probably be like, why isn't he talking about music? Why isn't he talking about bands? Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I don't know. I basically just went with the YouTube channel that I got, and I decided to just make this my my new gaming hub, I suppose. Metalhead reacts to Thomas the Tank Engine death metal. That sounds like something I would definitely attempt to do. Thomas the Tank Engine death metal. That's really funny because I have a t-shirt from my band that has Thomas the it's got Thomas the Tank Engine on it basically, but he's like covered in graffiti and he's got a little spliff in his mouth. Yeah. Legit, like that was one of the first t-shirts I got made. That's tough. I wish that I got to play a bit more shows with my band, but at this point in time, not really something on the cards, just because I don't really have a guitarist right now. I've got a bass player and I've got someone who's interested in playing drums, but yeah. Might need to go fishing for musicians in a little while. It's always such a weird thing trying to find new people to play music with. I can play triangle, let's go on tour. Fuck yeah. Do a triangle solo. It's such a weird thing looking at the music scene these days because it's so different to how it used to be. It's very demotivating looking at how it works these days. Because it used to just be about making music, having fun, doing all that sort of thing, and now it's basically just a PR campaign. My cousin's a drummer but lives in Queensland. Aaron92, what's up? Yo, long time no see, bud. Long time no see. Hope you're doing good, man. Welcome back to the channel. Just out here doing the old shiny hunts. What is good? What is cracking? Ugh. Just been busy in life. Yeah, that's fair, man. I feel you on that, dude. It's hard to believe that we're already basically at the end of the year. This year has completely just flown on by. But that's how it goes, you know? That is just how time operates. Don't mind me, I'm just having a bit of a mind blank right now. I was talking about something and now I'm unsure of where to take the conversation next. Oh, man. Pizza time! Pizza, pizza. I am jealous. Pizza would be sick right now. They do this, what do they call it? Double bacon cheeseburger pizza at Domino's. I used to get that as a go-to for a while. But yeah, these days I prefer the chicken with the mushroom and creamy pizza. Very nice. I wonder if the boys are playing anything tonight. Love a good mushroom. We do love a good mushroom around here. You know what's great? You know what's actually a really great snack to have just whenever you feel like a snack? Toasted cheese and mushroom pizza. Sandwich. Toasted cheese and mushroom sandwich. So good. Just get some cheese, get some mushroom, chuck it in the sandwich, and put it in a sandwich press, and away you go. Never had that. Oh, dude. Next time you feel like making a toasted sandwich, give it a go. and let me know what you think, because it's like, in terms of snacks, if you like mushrooms, like I know a lot of people are particular about it and they hate mushrooms. I don't know why. Some people are just weird. But if you are willing to give it a crack, mushroom and cheese together as a toasted sandwich, you can put whatever else you want on it. Like you can put some ham or some salami or whatever, but like just cheese and mushroom by itself, it's like a deluxe snack. It's like a gourmet snack. Takes you literally less than 5 minutes to sort out. Proper scran. I don't know what scran is, but let's go with it. Sounds like something UK. Not food. Proper scran. That's a good bowl of scran right there. Yep, UK. I had a feeling. It sounded like a UK thing to say. That'd be proper scran, that is. Damn it, mate. I just remembered I should probably have my phone on loud, just in case. Because I am waiting for someone to get in touch with me still. Doesn't appear that they have reached out to me yet. It would be really, really nice if this Bulbasaur decided to be shiny. Yeah, you are dead. Hey. You and me know what's going on right now. You and me know what's going on right now. It's gotta wait for that call, you know? Well, I guess he's not gonna call me. It's gotta be a message. But I gotta wait for that guy, you know? I feel you. Oh man. I kinda wish that it was just as simple as it is in like some parts of America, where you could just go down to the store and just get some. It's good. But no. We live in Australia. You can. In some parts of America, there's like stores, like actual dispensaries. You just hop on in and you can just buy. Like my mate went to America recently and did that. With the script you can. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like with a script. But he didn't have no script. He was a tourist. He went to I can't remember where he got it in, but he got it when he was over there. So I find that the whole script thing, I don't know, I suppose like the thing that I think of the most is like it's probably going to cost more. My mate gets like 15 grams for $90 from Chemist Warehouse of medicine. 16 grams of medicine, huh? I might need to like compare what I'm paying now versus what Chemist Warehouse can offer me. Because man, I would much rather just be able to just go and get it and it'd be fine. It'd be great. But usually the price is what stops me from doing that. Because I've talked to a few mates around here who are on it. I recommend Acacia Medical. They have a full online menu. This is something I must look into, I think. Definitely something I must look into, I think. Because yeah, if I can find a better deal than what I've got now, that would be lovely. it would also be nice to not have to worry about the whole legal side of things. But, you know, we make do. I've made do my whole life. Yeah, it's always good to be a savings guy. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I really didn't give a shit about how much something cost. I'd just be like, yeah, whatever. You can get it here. It costs whatever. Just buy it. It's fine. And nowadays, I find myself trying to find the best deal I can for everything. I think my parents would be proud. It'd be heaps funny to talk to my mum now, as I am now, and be like, have a conversation with her about, oh, I went down to Aldi this week and I got this for only 99 cents. Or whatever. Yeah, I'm a cheapskate. My missus hates. Hey, sometimes you got to cut corners to have the nice things on the other things, you know, like you got to have the shitty cheap meals for a little while until you can save up enough so you can have that big fancy holiday or stuff like that, you know. Or I'm sure in a lot of people's cases this year, buying a brand new shiny freaking Switch 2, brand new console, not a cheap investment, that's for sure. She spent like $180 on a Pokemon handbag the other day, and we were meant to be saving. Oh man, do you see? Like I've never had a joint bank account with anyone. I don't think I could ever do that sort of thing, just because I don't think I could trust someone enough to not spend my money, or vice versa. Well, I can trust myself, and I would be capable of not spending their money, but it's the other way around that I'd be concerned about. Because yeah, like I've been with some people in my life. I've had some relationships with girls in the past where they weren't exactly as how should we put it? They didn't care about the money side of things. That's enough of that. Yeah, I feel you. Don't need to elaborate. I'm sure you can, you know, imagine all sorts of scenarios. But basically, yeah, like I just don't think I could trust someone enough to have a joint bank account. Or someone to tell me I can't spend my money, or me to be like, you can't spend your money, or whatever. No, I'm picking up what you're putting down. For sure, legit. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll find someone who I think, you know, it's a smart idea to do it with, but I don't know. At this point of my life, no thank you. I can't see a benefit. But I don't know. I used to be pretty crap with my money. I like to think I'm a little bit better with it these days. Try not to spend a freaking arm and a leg every time I go and buy groceries or anything like that. Try not to spend money on stupid things all the time anymore, because I used to buy so much fucking dumb shit. Not gonna lie, I have bought a lot of stupid things this year that it's not that I regret buying them, it's more so just like, well, now I have all this extra crap. Like, I got into the whole Labubu thing when that was happening a few months ago. I've got them all freaking sitting up on my back there. On my desk, there's freaking Labubus sitting up there that I got. And I'm thinking, like, I should probably just sell them. Like, I'm at a point now where I don't really find them interesting anymore. Like, I've got a whole box, or like a carton, whatever you want to call it, of fucking One Piece ones. One Piece Labubus. I think I'm just gonna sell them all. TK, what are you doing, you scallywag? What are you doing? did not expect to see you drop in here, senor. Are you on Discord, brothers? Because Totes should jump in voice chat. Oh, my girl has some of those Labubu's. Which ones does she have? Does she have ones that she wants? Because I have them all, and I have like doubles to sell. So if you need Labubu's, bruh, I got you, bruh. I'll hook you up. Oh man, I think I've sold like how many of this? I've sold like 5 already. Just regular ones, not even rare ones. They're just people just didn't have them wherever they were, couldn't find them. She has too much stuff. Bro, I feel that. I feel like every time I walk into my freaking collection rooms these days, I really need to like get rid of a lot of shit. I got a lot of stuff that I don't really want it. Like I got a bunch of these Transformer toys that I bought a couple of years ago, and I don't know what to do with them. I got a whole bunch of these Dragon Ball figures as well that are all like boxed and sealed. Well, not sealed, but well, I guess they are sealed. I never opened them, but like I don't know what to do with them. I don't know where to put them. I don't know how to display them. There's so many of them that there's just not enough space to put them all out. I don't know. And I got a shit ton of plushies in general, just plush toys that I've accumulated over the years. A lot of them though have come from Japan. I got a shit ton from those prize grabber machines when I was over there. So they're like my prize possessions. And then I got a bunch that I got from like the Pokemon Center when I went to Japan. I got a freaking shiny Genesect plushie that I got years ago. And a freaking Necrozma one as well. Come here, you. Whoa. Like, this is probably one of the weirdest things to have a plushie of, but at the same time, I think it's sick because I freaking love Necrozma. You can put the Genesect on his hand. Cool things. Can't believe we still haven't found a shiny here yet. Oh, well. I wonder if anything else has shown up shiny for us and I just haven't been paying attention. Doesn't look like it. I do not think so. I think I'm gonna resist pizza for a little bit. If I really want pizza, I suppose I've got till midnight to order it, but I might just get something else later. Not gonna lie, I kind of feel like McDonald's. I really shouldn't have McDonald's, but I kind of feel like it. I've got a craving for it. I don't know why, but I'm getting this weird smell in my nose. That's kind of like it's a nostalgic smell, but it's like a weird smell that I remember from a very specific instance in my childhood. It's like, it kind of feels like there's a crinkling, kind of tingling sort of sensation going on in my nose. And it reminds me of the smell of blood for some reason. It's a very odd thing to bring up, but just like, it reminds me of when I was a little kid and I was playing Resident Evil for the first time. And every time you die, like, the screen would get like this wipe of blood across it. And it would make me have that same, what I'm experiencing right now. It's not even a smell, it's just like a sensation in my nose that I'm feeling right now. What's the Macca's order? I am... Oh, we got one of those things. Deny. Someone tried to come along and post one of those thingies in my chat. Being like, best sellers, best viewers, whatever. Best streams. Get out of here, you fucking... Get the fuck out. So, like, my go-to Macca's order is usually a double quarter pounder meal. Large. And I'll get, like, a chicken and cheese, or... Sometimes, if I'm feeling, like, a little extra, I'll get, like, a chicken classic McWrap, or... What's this other bit? They got like a McCrispy chicken burger that they do as well. Sometimes I'll get that, as well as the double quarter pounder meal. But I don't know, there's something about having 2 burgers with my meal that it just feels more satisfying. I'm always left feeling like I want more if I only just have one. I'm back. The Pizza Hut, the pizza hit, demolished it. The more you say things about pizza, the more I'm like, I could so smash a pizza right now, hey? Like, I am very tempted to just order a pizza and just eat it while I'm doing this. But at the same time, if I do that, then I'm basically not going to be able to play as efficiently. Because my hands are going to be preoccupied. And I'm going to have to be like, alright, take a bite of pizza. And then wipe my hand on something. And then keep going. Oh man, the struggles, the dilemma. To pizza or not to pizza? Roll of kitchen towel. Yeah. You can always duck out to the kitchen and go get the bit of paper towel that we got sitting out there. Extra serviettes. Napkins. That Drampa and the crocodile were just having a conversation. Well, I'm gonna click this off quickly because there is no TikTok stream at this point in time. Gotta double check and see what the hell's going on with that, because it should be sending it to my TikTok. It got approved, it got set up. I don't understand why it's not broadcasting to it. But whatever. Clearly something needs to be toggled or something. Still nothing. How long have we been going for? It's been like an hour and a half. 1 hour and a half. Still nothing from my guy. Still waiting. I might send him a message once it hits 9:30, because he did say he was hoping to have something by 9:30. So we will have to wait and see. The hunger is setting in right now, though. My stomach is like, bruh. You can't keep thinking about food right now. Pizza is necessary. Feed me. It'd be really nice if we just got a shiny Pokemon to show up for us. Like at this point in time, I'm just gonna quickly update the title because we're not even hunting for Drampa specifically right now. Let's just write Shalfa hunting. You're probably fanging for a couple of Pokemon cards. A couple of Pokemon cards. I wouldn't mind opening up some packs, not gonna lie. It would be nice. Ad. Gotta love the ads. Oh, that's one thing about Twitch and I guess YouTube as well. Just, it's a hindrance, isn't it? Still though, I'm not going to pay for YouTube Premium. I would rather sit through the ad or skip the ad when I can. But that's the thing that sort of sucks about Twitch. Welcome back. That's the thing that sucks about Twitch, is that you can't skip the ads in any way. You've basically just got to sit there and cop them. What did you say? Yeah. So I'm basically just talking about how ads work on this platform. You know, like it's annoying when you're trying to watch a streamer and you just get smacked in the face with a freaking ad, and it's like, this doesn't make me want to like subscribe. This doesn't make me want to pay money to get this. I don't know. It's weird how advertising works these days. Yeah, $20 a month for Twitch Turbo. What? And what do you get for your $20 a month with your Twitch Turbo subscription? Like what comes with that? That just doesn't sound like what? No ads. That's so typical streaming software. You know, I wouldn't call platform. I don't know. Just typical of this generation of entertainment. You know, like if you pay a little extra, you don't have to sit through ads. We know you hate the ads. It's just really gross the way that they handle it these days. I got a message just then about the whole restream thing. So apparently it was streaming to somewhere, because that's where my TikTok is supposed to set through. It's that restream website. I'm gonna have to have a look and see what the frick is going on there though. Because something ain't working. Feels like if you do a live stream on TikTok these days as well, it's very odd. Like you can't say Twitch, you can't say YouTube, otherwise that just fucks up your whole algorithm and they just push you to the bottom and no one sees your shit. But on top of that, it's just like, when you go on Twitch Live, it's nauseating, to say the least. Because you get heaps of IRL streamers who are just sort of sitting there on their phone with their front camera, looking at them. Yeah, it's like soft blacklists you. Yeah. If you say anything that's basically deemed as like a buzzword that TikTok doesn't like, so if you promote anything else that's like on another platform or things like that, you basically cop that, which is really, really gross. Do not like how TikTok works in any way, shape, or form. Personally, I hate TikTok. I think TikTok is such a brain rot platform. I used to think there was some good stuff on there, and then I realized that it's just hyper regurgitated garbage. You know, like it's all just the same shit. If I want to watch stuff that's, you know, reels and stuff like that, I usually just stick to Instagram these days. Never used it. Don't agree with the security protocols. Yeah. I think TikTok is starting to see its tail end of popularity. Like, I think once this whole digital ID crap starts to really set in, we'll start to really see if TikTok even, you know, lasts. But it's going to be really interesting to sort of see how all that plays out when December freaking hits this year. Now kids are banned from it in Australia until 16. Yeah, I think it's like under 16s are completely banned off of like all social platforms. So they can't go on YouTube, they can't go on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, none of that. They can't go on any of it. But what that means for the rest of us is that we all have to verify our accounts when we want to use them. So that's going to be a whole weird process. Like, what am I going to have to do when does that mean that I'm going to have to basically have this bullshit set up if I want to stream? Because it seems like that's what they're telling me. It's like it's making me really not want to get involved. Birth certificate just to go live. Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, the amount of bullshit that is just being forced onto people these days. Data leaks, loses identity. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how many times has it happened in the last few years where there's been like a massive breach of like a company that's supposed to have extreme security protocol because they hold so many people's private information, and you've got freaking like Optus and shit like that losing all their info to leakers. So it really doesn't give you any confidence, and you know that they're just bullshitting you when they say it's for kids' safety, because it's not. It's clearly not. Like, it is very clearly aimed at surveillance. They want to make sure, you know, they can trace you to your socials. So if you say or behave in any particular way on social media or, you know, that sort of thing, you basically can be held accountable for it now. Yeah, so dumb. So freaking dumb. But this is the world we live in now, apparently, where, you know, you can't really have freedom these days. People don't really even know or understand what freedom is, if you ask me. Because if you ask someone to give you a definition of freedom, what are they going to tell you? Oh, it means I can do whatever I want. Like, well, to a degree, yeah. But your wants and desires also have limitations. If it was truly whatever you wanted to do and be free and all that sort of thing, if that's what you thought freedom was, it's like there's a whole curtain to be lifted from people's eyes. Too many people just stuck in brain rot. They can't see a bigger picture, and they're scared to think outside of a box that they've been stuck in for such a long time, because anything outside the box is scary. It's kind of hard to believe that we're in 2025 Even just saying that out loud sometimes feels weird. Especially when you think it's basically 5 more years and we're at 2030. And gosh, I'm like, you think about what's happened in the last 10 years of technology. What's it going to be like by the time we hit to 2035? Living in the quote-unquote future. Yeah. I think the next 10 years are going to be intense. Like, if you thought the beginning of this decade was... I don't even want to finish that sentence, because I think about the beginning of this decade, I think about 2020, and I'm like, man, humanity is fucking cooked, bro. I will be back in a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna have a very quick break. I'm gonna fill up my water because it's just ice now. I need to have some freaking water in there. I will be back in a moment. Yo, we back. Although, this is going to be a short-lived welcome back, because I got a jet. I got a jet fairly soon. Alright, I'll let you know 25 to 30 before. Cool. Easy. So I don't have to go yet. Yet. But I will have to jump out very soon. Pokemon cards, that's it, bro. The Pokemon cards are ready to be picked up in roughly half an hour. Couple of mini tins, yeah, bro. Alright, so I still got a while. It's around 10:30, 10:45. Alright, easy. Man, it's annoying having to buy your Pokemon cards from people online these days, eh? Eh? Freaking Pokemon cards. It was a good break. It was a good break. Yes, yes. We have the water. We got actual water in here now. So I'm not just sitting there sucking on ice, hoping that it melts. You driving? Yeah. I did try to get him to come around to mine, because just make my life a bit easier, but apparently that is not possible. So I'm gonna have to go for an adventure at some point. Bar drive? Nah. It takes about 25, I'd say, at the most. Might take me less just because of it's probably gonna not be as much traffic. So it's spewing, but not that bad. Could be worse. It could be an hour away. Hopefully some good cards. Yeah, bruh. Hopefully get some good pulls. You watch. I'll get back. And I'll show you what cards I got. Like, I'll come back with some boosters in my freaking hands. There you go. Still got a Prismatic Evolution booster sitting there. LMAO. I've still got that whole box of Mega Evolutions boosters. I've literally got that whole box of Mega Evolutions boosters just sitting there for me. And then some. There's so many cards that I could just rip open right now. Hopefully some gold cards in there, yeah. Excuse me, I can feel a sneeze coming on. Bless him. Did you hear back from the card shop, Denvy? Not yet. I did go in yesterday though. I went in and the guy who's like the manager or whatever there was there, and I was like, yo, what's going on with this trial shift stuff? And I don't know if it was just me in my head, but the interaction felt a little bit off. It didn't seem like he didn't say no, he didn't say nothing bad, he didn't say it's not happening. He said he told me his words. He told me that the guy who was going to be calling me was sick this week and he hasn't been in. Jeez. I hate when I close freaking apps on things. I'm trying to keep YouTube open so I can at least see if there's people chatting on YouTube. Which there is not at this point, but that's fine. That's strange why you can't call. Hopefully just a coincidence. Yeah, I don't know. Like they said that this guy was sick. And that the guy who was going to be giving me a call was not in this week. And they did say, like, they did tell me when I first initially went in and was like, are you guys looking for peeps? They did say, give us a few days, give us a little bit of time, and we'll get that organized for you to do a trial shift. But yeah, hopefully I do get a call, because it would be great. Not gonna lie. But I have started just sort of keeping an eye out for anything else that might be something I could do, because I'm really just looking for something that's close to home, because the last job that I had was kind of annoying to get to. Like, if I didn't drive on a toll road, it would take me about 45 to an hour to get to work. And if I took a toll road, it would take like 25 to half an hour. So, damn, that's far. Yeah, it's kind of just annoying. Like, I don't mind driving to work, but it's just like, if I have to drive more than an hour, or if I have to drive like 45 minutes or something, it's just annoying, because that's just time that I could be doing with, like, I could be walking my dogs, or I could be getting stuff ready to post online or whatever. So, you know, I'm trying to find something that's a bit closer to home, something that's a little bit more central to me, just because I want to be able to get home to my animals from work without having to, you know, wait in traffic for half an hour to 45 minutes. And the places that I've been applying for around my area have all kind of just been within 5-10 minutes, which is much more ideal for me. What's underneath the hat? You probably got a full mullet under there. Oh yeah, it's fully grown. Check it out. I'm gonna get some head tattoos. That's what I need to get. That's probably the next tattoo I'd like to sit for, is to get my head completely covered. Let's get a mad dome piece. I feel like I've had such a hard time picking what I want to get tattooed on me next, though. I need to just settle on something and start it. Head tats, ouch, yeah. I can't imagine that's gonna feel too great, but I mean, it could be worse. I could have to sit through getting my freaking feet tattooed again, and I definitely am glad I got my feet done when I was like, what, 20, 21. Feet tattoos suck. You're gonna get anything tattooed and you're like worried about the pain, feet and the back of your leg. That sucks so much. I want to get one of those fine line china porcelain pieces on my leg. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. That is absolutely going to cane anything with like very intricate line work. You know, Uzi on Instagram. Not particularly, no. I might have to go and have a look at them. Is that a guy who's either a tattoo artist or a tattoo collector? Famous Korean tattooist. Ah, okay. I have to go and have a suss of their page, see what's on there. It's his style. See, I'm not very familiar with like popular tattoo artists. I usually just see whatever my tattoo artist posts. It looks like those fine giant plates with the blue dragons and stuff. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know if I have them anymore, but I used to have those kind of fine china bowls with the blue designs on them. When I was a kid, I remember those. I remember those vividly. My mum used to whip them out whenever we'd have like rice with stir fry as like for dinner. Weird how like that's such a common staple for so many people. Same as those weird glasses that usually come with a freaking house when you move into a new house. They're like the typical wog glasses, I call them, because like I swear my dad had them when he first moved to Australia, and he just freaking kept them for 4 years with the wrinkles. Yep, you know the ones. You know the ones. They got like that weird texturing on the glass. That is exactly the ones I'm talking about. I've got a whole freaking drawer, like a glass cabinet thing with them. Yeah, LMAO. Bruh. They are iconic. The best glasses. Hands down. Like, the glasses that I have, those ones that I have there, I've probably had those glasses my whole life. Like, they did not belong to me originally. They were my parents. So, like, wherever my mum and dad got them from, that's crazy to think about. They're probably like a good 10-15 years older than I am, which is ridiculous to think about. That means those glasses are probably like 45 to 50 years old. And that makes me feel even older, even though I'm younger. The fact that I'm that close to 50 in general is sickening. It's a hallmark to the quality of things from yesteryear. Yeah, that's it. They used to make things to last. Now they just make things to be replaced. Things these days last a month. Exactly, yeah. Because they found out that they can make more money by making products that are only going to last you a couple of years, if that. And then they want you to get the latest one. It's the whole marketing strategy with Apple. That's why every year there's a new iPhone. Legit, Tupperware went bankrupt because people only had to buy it once. Yeah. Like these days, you only really see Tupperware stuff at the supermarket, really. It's just there's a dedicated aisle for it, but yeah, like I don't think I have bought Tupperware ever. I think, no, that's a lie. I bought 2 containers when I first started working at an old call center that I used to work at, because I needed some extra containers for putting my lunch in. But that's the only time that I've ever bought Tupperware. Tupperware used to have a lifetime guarantee on it. And now it's probably just like, yep, you just buy it and hope it lasts. I think the ones that I've had, the ones I remember buying anyway, they've lasted me a while, but yeah, I can definitely see that they look a little bit like they've aged. There's been a lot of meals put in them and microwaved in them. Pretty much, yeah. Oh. Spaghetti fucks 'em. Oh, dude. I cannot have my spaghetti in those freaking containers anymore because it literally just... It's like... If you have cheese in there, you need to scrub that shit with, like... What's it called? Steel wool. To make sure you get rid of all of it. Otherwise, it just stays there. I remember I was living with an ex-girlfriend once, and I was like putting dishes away that had been put into the drainer to be, you know, dried off, and you put them away eventually. And I'm looking through the dishes and looking through some of the stuff, and half of the freaking stuff that was in the strainer, in the dish drainer, was still dirty, still had like dry food stuff on it. And then I got to the freaking containers, and there was like bits of cheese in it, and like from spaghetti, from pasta, and like that was the first time that I had kind of felt like I was living with a slobby person. Like it hit me like a ton of bricks, because I was like, fuck, this is what my mum probably had to put up with all my teenage years, because I was probably not a fun person to live with as a teenager, that's for sure. Being such a little shit, coming home with fucking holes in my ears and piercings in my fucking lips and shit. Yeah, I hate that if there's any food or anything on knives and forks, makes me feel sick. Yeah, dude. Like, I was cleaning the forks, and there was, like, bits of cheese, like, dried, melted cheese that was on the frickin' forks. I'm like, I literally brought it up to her. I'm like, do you not see this? Like, I get when you're in a hurry, you might not be watching what you're doing, but, like, when you're rinsing something, or when you're washing something, and then it's still got gunk on it, like, don't you notice that before you put it in the frickin' drainer? Somehow you're the bad guy too, right? Yeah, 100%. I'm the asshole because I'm picky about how the dishes are. No, I just, if something's gonna be done, hey, look, all three of the monkeys. No shinies though. Yeah, if something's gonna be done, I am one of those people that's just like, if you're gonna do it, just fucking do it right. Don't make me feel like I need to fucking, like, double check what you've done to make sure that you can fucking do it. Because that's the problem with so many fucking people, is like, they don't get educated on how to fucking take care of themselves, or how to, like, do basic bare bones fucking shit, like clean up after yourself. Like, I am not the most cleanly person to live with. I leave clothes on the floor sometimes, or I fucking, you know, like, I have left a dirty dish in the fucking sink before myself. I am not a perfect human being myself. But I'm not gonna fucking leave it there for a fucking week. You know, like... Ugh, just some people... I don't know. They're just comfortable living in their own filth. Like, I feel dirty if I'm sleeping in the same bed sheets for more than a week. Ugh. Listen to me have rants. Having rants about things. The funny thing is that if you go on YouTube after this stream is over, you can watch me rant as many times as you want, because this will just be up there. I got autism, so sometimes forget to do stuff, but my missus always reminds me, and I'll do it straight away. Yeah, look, I think everyone can be a little bit forgetful sometimes, you know, like, trust me, when I say, like, I have left dirty dishes and stuff like that before, I've been the person where someone's been like, yo, can you, like, clean the fuck up because you're leaving shit everywhere? But that's it, like, you know, sometimes you need to You either need the kick up the ass yourself, or you need to be the person who gives the kick up the ass and reminds someone to fucking do something because they need reminding. Either way, it's never a bad, it never comes from a bad place. It's always just, come on, like, let's just have a nice clean place, you know? You know? You know. Fuck yeah. It is almost... It's getting on. It's already after 10. I've got to meet up with my guy for the Pokemon cards at, he said 10:45. So I'm thinking, if I'm going to get there, I should probably jump off in the next, I don't know, probably 10 minutes. Yeah, easy, bro, whenever you gotta go. Yeah. I'll probably come back online and do a bit more of a stream when I come back, because we still got shinies to find. And I'm not tired. I just gotta go and fucking just do this shit. Go do this thing. Get them Pokemon cards. Bro. I might get something to eat on the way back. I'm actually very tempted to get some food on the way back. Would be an idea. Put my stomach out of its misery. Beatty, when are we gonna find our first shiny tonight? She just walked in and she's looking at me like, Pa, you found a shiny yet? One bad thing about getting Pokemon cards from a third party is you can't pick the sets you want all the time. Yeah, I can definitely agree with you there. There has been some consistency. Like, I've been getting some pretty good pulls from the guy that I've been getting cards from lately. But yeah, I've met up with some peeps who had cards for sale elsewhere, and it was like you'd get one tin, and you'd be like, all right, this looks cool, this looks legit, and then you'd go through it, and it was all just crap, and it's like, bro, did I just get greased? Did I just get scammed, bro? Oh man, I have some funny stories about some funny packs of cards that I've gotten from people, let me tell you. God damn. Some real doozies. You know when someone tries to sell you a fake pack of cards? That happened to me once. And I said to this guy, there's no way this is legit. And he's like, what do you mean, bro? And I'm like, bro, damn Chinese packs, bro. Bro, it smelt funny. I got the pack and I smelt the pack and I was like, bro, this doesn't even smell right. This smells like... This don't smell right, bro. You know when you open up a fresh pack of booster pack? Like a fresh booster has like this distinct smell to it, you know? It's weird to even say that out loud, but it's true. But hey, man, some people are just more than happy to take whatever crap they can get, and they'll, you know, either keep it for themselves if it's good, or they'll sell it because there's someone else out there who'll buy it off them. I know exactly what you mean, bro. Yeah. Pokemon cards. No shinies yet. No shinies yet. Oh my goodness. My goodness. This method is PMO. The payoff better be good. Yeah, this is definitely like not a vibe. If you had a what you call it, a turbo controller, you know, you could set a macro up for this. Easy, do it overnight. Just let it run on its own. But actually physically doing this it's very time consuming. All I know is that it is very easily done. I've seen it done by a few different people who have demonstrated this method, where they've just had all 6 alphas shiny because they just let it run overnight with a macro, and then they came back to it however many hours later and there was just a pack full of shinies. Insane. We are yet to find one. At least pretty much everything that spawns here, the shinies are like real obvious and real easy to see. How much is a turbo control? I don't know, actually. I'd have to look into it. I don't think that they'd be that expensive, because you can get ones that are wired, and they're usually a bit cheaper. But if you went for a full hardcore, like, wireless one, like the 8-bit dough ones or whatever, could be anywhere between 100 and 120, something like that. I don't know. Could be even 150 or more. Because they make them, they're set up so they can do macros, so you can basically just play AFK, set it up to press the same inputs over and over. Like, I could basically set it up to just press A here, do this, go through the day-night cycle, and then once it's back into the game, it will run forward and backwards and then repeat the process. Like, as long as it's spawning in the 6 alphas and then going back to the bench, that's pretty much the only input that's required. I find it so weird that we live in an age, in an era of gaming where you don't even need to physically be attending anything. You don't have to physically do anything yourself. You can literally just set up your controller to play the game for you, because there are so many games out there that, you know, RPGs and all this sort of thing, where it's just a grind to get through certain things, and it's just the same repetitive motion over and over and over, so you can easily set a macro for it. And that's gaming these days, you know. Whereas back in the day, people just freaking went hardcore, doing it themselves, doing it physically, being present in the moment. And even if they weren't, and they were just, you know, basically just doing it with minimal thought and effort, they're still doing it. All I can say is that I hope that shiny hunting in Generation 10 Pokemon, whenever that becomes a thing, I hope it is different to this, because this is not how I like to shiny hunt. I much prefer how I got to hunt in Scarlet and Violet, and even like older games, to be quite honest. Just being out in the wild and looking in wild Pokemon areas where wild Pokemon spawn and trying to get a shiny to show up. Doing it like this, though, kind of like, I don't know if it like gamifies it too much, or if it removes the game elements from it. I don't know. It's hard to even sort of describe what you would call this method. It is a process. That is what we will call it. I'll do this for another 4 minutes. I think I'll get ready to head off. I'll finish up in 4 minutes, so 20 past 10. Hopefully I get back relatively quick. Surprised nothing else has shown up shiny for us yet either. And the side parts. Hopefully a smooth drive. Yeah. I don't think there'd be that much traffic at this time. Just gotta run up to a servo, get the cash out. Because this guy does not want to do a bank transfer, which is fine. I kind of prefer doing it off the books anyway. Want to go because they have some good homegrown perfume brands that are cheap as fuck. I've never been to Sydney. Oh, right. I'd say definitely make a trip down. I can't say where would be a good place to visit in Sydney. The city's pretty nice. I mean, like, if you just want to be a tourist and go and see the city's always nice to go around, like Darling Harbour and Milson's Point, which is the other side of the bridge where Luna Park and stuff is. You got some pretty nice spots out there. The Botanical Gardens. Bujerami has like every perfume you can think of for only 45 bucks. I have a heap of them. Interesting. That's pretty cheap. Because most perfumes are very expensive, aren't they? Crazy how much things get marked up in price. Doesn't matter what it is. Alright. After we check this, we'll check another day cycle, one more, and that's it. Then we gotta wrap it up for now. Most perfumes cost under $5 to manufacture unless it's got OUD in it. What that? They just put a brand on it. Food. What is that? It's a type of wood. It's about 50k per kilo. Jeez. Wow. That's some expensive wood right there. I ended up doing another one. It's fine. We do one more. Anything? Nothing. Alright, let's make it daytime and see if anything will show up. Drive safe, Denvy. Thank you, my friend. Let's see if we get any shinies before we finish up for now. One last look. What do we got? Anything? Nothing. Ah, well. We tried. We gave it a good red hot crack for the first however many. That was almost 2.5 hours. So we'll be back. I will come back shortly, and we will continue the Shalfa hunts. But until then, a GG's.
Sweet like papaya, just wanna hold ya. Juicy hugs all around until the day's over. Cocktails on the beach, checking out your peach, checking out your peach. Pouring to your apple, the bubble to your gum. Sometimes life is chewy, but I'll show you some fun. Will you meet me by the pool? Wanna tell you something cool. Wanna swing, swing, swing with you. Swing to the top to touch the moon. I do. I do. I wanna swing, swing, swing with you. Take you away across the blue lagoon. Lagoon. did we leave off? Last time I remember, it was late December, sitting out in the parking lot, taking midnight drives on the empty highway. It feels like so long ago, but like yesterday too, you know. Now we just wanna go back again, and I can't help thinking about that feeling. Here where we wanna be, different vicinity. Now it's clear, we can do whatever 'cause you're right here. 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 We've been going a long time, working day and night. I know that you're tired, checking the calendar, crossing off the days. Now I'm on my way. It feels like so long ago, but like yesterday too, you know. Now we just wanna go back again, and I can't help thinking about that feeling. Here where we wanna be, different vicinity. Now it's clear, did we leave off? Last time I remember, it was late December, sitting out in the parking lot, taking midnight drives on the empty highway. It feels like so long ago, but like yesterday too, you know. Now we just wanna go back again, and I can't help thinking about that feeling. Here where we
shooting stars till the dawn. We could be friends, but I won't team up. If you wanna come along and try to keep up, I'm the fastest alive. In no practice, if you insist, I'm a liar. How's about you? Watch me now. I'll prove you wrong in a heartbeat. Never gonna tell you how. Speed just runs through my bloodstream, yeah. I can't even explain it, but I know I'll never stop this feeling. The speed in my soul, the speed in my soul. And I can't even restrain it, so I'm gonna keep on running. The speed in my soul, and nothing's gonna stop me. I'ma keep on running on. I can't even chill or rest, 'cause I can't even see the end. My journey is forever. It's my life, I'ma do whatever. Maybe I could take a respite listening to a lullaby, or maybe I won't even try. So how's about you? Watch me now. I'll prove you wrong in a heartbeat. Never gonna tell you how. Speed just runs through my bloodstream, yeah. I can't even explain it, but I know I'll never stop this feeling. The speed in my soul, the speed in my soul. And I can't even restrain it, so I'm gonna keep on running. The speed in my soul, and nothing's gonna stop me. I'ma keep on running on. Yeah. Keep on running. I can't even explain it, but I know I'll never stop this feeling. The speed in my soul, the speed in my soul.